Hello again, everybody, and welcome back another episode here of Banish the Dad I Am, George McNamara. And in this video, what I want to talk about is how our thoughts, our beliefs, our programming, our definitions of who we are, our beliefs of who we are, our assumptions, perceptions, all of that, how that has an effect on our body from a cellular level. So I want to read this. It's over my shoulder here. I saw this recently and I thought it was very, very important that we really understand this, really, really start to understand just how our thoughts affect our body. So it says here, every cell of our body, every cell of our body is listening to the words we say and the thoughts that we think, and they're responding to the subconscious narrative that cause our body to react the way it does. But instead of seeing this as a process that you were unaware of, we should rise to become the one to direct our body and work with it. So, our subconscious programming. So, I'd like for you to think of it this way. We are unconsciously walking around with a sack over our shoulder, okay? And in that sack, in this bag, we have bricks. And each one of them represent the programming passed down generationally from our parents and grandparents and great grandparents and on. Okay? Those bricks can represent lack, they could represent confidence, they could represent fear, doubt, they could represent vanity, they could represent all these different things. Our enculturation, all of this, because when we came into this world, we weren't coming into this world saying, hey, here I am. We observed. We observed our parents, our caregivers, whoever they were. We observed interactions between parents, between siblings. We observed society. And I'd like for you to think of all those words up there, the sentences, all the words as rules. There were rules set forth for us in our family. There were rules set forth for us in society, our culture, everywhere we go, we went. So these established these core foundational beliefs, assumptions, perceptions within us. Society, right, has rules that we have to follow. One of those, for myself, growing up was this here, feelings. What do you mean, get in touch with your feelings? It was frowned upon. In fact, you were known as, you're one of those people. You had to be tough. You couldn't be sensitive to any of this. So that became a belief. And a belief is nothing more than a thought we keep thinking over and over again. But now we understand that these thoughts, these beliefs, have a structural impact, an anatomical impact, or an impact anatomically on who we are in our body. The next time something were to happen to you, be it a car accident, be it a near miss car accident, be it something simple as somebody pulls in front of you, somebody maybe, whatever it may be, something like that. somebody makes a remark, okay? Notice how you feel, because those feelings are showing you, they are shining a light on the subconscious programming within you. And the feeling you're getting is your body at at a cellular level, chemically reacting to and a stimulus outside of you. But notice I use the word reacting to. Understanding this, and the word here, narrative, okay? Changing the narrative, changing the thinking process, because it's the thinking, it's the subconscious programming that leads to the thinking, that leads to the amount of thoughts that lead to the belief. The belief then creates the assumption, perception, and the definition about who we are, who we think, who we feel we are. Those lead to the feelings, and the feelings are nothing more than the manifestation of the narrative that goes on with inside of us. And it's playing out on a cellular level within us. Because just as we just established, the feelings that well up inside of us, we say, wait, even the words we use, well up, so it gives us an impression or an image of like water going inside, filling up inside of a bottle, let's say. But those are just the reactions versus or compared to responding. Becoming aware of this now allows us to emotionally detach or become aware of the feelings and then detach earlier, sooner rather than later. You say, oh, okay, these feelings I have, this stimulus is producing these feelings within me because this is the programming set forth inside of me. And if that person made that remark, then I am reacting to the remark, which is touching on that subconscious programming with inside of me. Now I say, okay, that's just the old programming coming up with inside of me. And I'm going to choose in this moment to change, to become aware of this feeling and say, okay, I'm now going to respond versus react. Because the reaction has that negative influence on my body on a cellular level. If I have to, I will physically pull myself away from this stimulus and change the state of which I am in, so I can better respond to this stimulus versus react. Because understand this, the more we react to any type of stimulus, the stimulus, be it a person, an event, whatever it may be, is controlling us. When we detach and we then understand what really is going on, then we have control of ourself, not the situation. It's the self. See, society says you have to have control of the situation. You have control of yourself. You have the awareness. So not even the control, it's the awareness of how your body, how the subconscious programming is responding to the situation. We understand that. We can calm the cellular reactions within our body. And this is how we then approach our life from this perspective. Sometimes it could be you detach yourself for a few minutes, it could be a much longer time, but it's just the awareness of this and say, okay, I understand what's going on now. I understand that the majority of the narrative is the subconscious programming, those foundational and fundamental beliefs that were implanted within me from way back. And I am choosing, I am, in this moment, I am. And I am choosing in this moment to have a completely different perspective, assumption, thoughts that lead to the belief of who I am. And I create a whole new set of programming that creates a new set, a new narrative that I now take with me from this point forward into my life, the rest of my life here as a spiritual being having this human existence, the rest of my existence here on this earth plane. The more that we can do this, the more everything this universe has to offer us starts to, the fog, the veil starts to get lifted, and we're able to see whatever desires we have. We start to see them. They've always been there. They're there right now. But we start to see them and we start to draw them towards us versus keeping them away by the old narrative within ourselves, in our life. That's the video for you today. If you would like any personal one-on-one coaching with any of this, you can go to my channel, click on the link, and I would be honored to work with you. Have a great day.